back to another video, guys. So this time we're not doing a vlog, we're doing an Airbnb cabin tour. The Airbnb that my family and I got earlier this year. I've talked about it on Instagram a little bit and TikTok, but haven't given you an official tour. I also chose the most wintry time to do it. We're in Huntsville and this is our cabin. I want to give you guys a tour of the space. I'll leave all the information down below and yeah, so let's go check it out. Follow me in a little. What's the code?
I don't know.
I locked the door. Okay. I'll just unlock it.
So we're gonna do that again?
So let's check it out. Okay, so I figured no better way to start a tour than at the front entryway. So this is the front hallway, front entryway. So this is where we put all of our shoes, our coats, and all of that. So as you'll notice, the first thing is like the ceiling actually is a little bit slanted here, so don't. It's just because that's the way that it is. So my height maybe makes it feel a little bit smaller depending where I am. So behind me, we have this cupboard over here. So this actually fits a lot of, random things like mosquito things, candles. We have a lot of our games under here as well, which we just brought up. My sister actually brought those up. And then over here, this is the coat rack. So you can fit everything here. My jacket is here because we're technically on our way out. The internet box is here, but we're looking for a better spot for it or just a way to like hide it better. But until we do that, it's gonna stay like that. So the living room, this is like the best part. This is the cozy spot. This is where you're hanging out with everyone. So the first thing I really love about this entire space is that we have these really high ceilings, these like vaulted ceilings. And when we first got the place, the people actually had like a darker color in here. And with the wood, it made it feel a lot like smaller almost. And they had really like heavy and dark furniture. We painted everything white pretty much just to clean it up, but we made all the furniture as like light and airy as possible. And then we kept all like the original wood stuff because we felt that it made it like the most like cabin-y. Pretty nice gray sectional over here. A round table, and then you can like the TV, and this is sort of where you can like see the kitchen, the dining table, and then heading into the primary bedroom. But this is just like conversational, like cozy, like you sit down, you have your friends, like my sister and my mom, if you saw my last vlog, we're like hanging out here having wine. Like it's definitely the spot with a few people and friends where you can like hang out and do all of that. Another thing that is like my favorite is this fireplace. But this was like the coolest thing. When we saw this and before we bought the place, it just seemed like the most like cottagey cabin winter aesthetic like in a cabin. So it stayed obviously, and it heats the house so much. Adriana's behind the camera, she can attest. It's hot. Like we were hot in the house. But this is the TV, which I kind of think it's a little too high, but my sister thinks it's totally fine. I'm being picky. But the cool thing is it actually comes out, so you can adjust it while you're watching TV with like family, and if you are into like cooking or watching a show, you can turn it that way. This is your main dining area, so it kind of fits right now 4 people, but you can pull it out. We have extra chairs for it to fit like more like a family style dining. And then this is the kitchen, obviously. The kitchen, we like really went all over the place because when we got the place, we thought we wanted to like paint the cabinets white. And just kind of freshen up the space, and then eventually we talked about wanting to rip out the kitchen, and then ultimately we realized A, everything was going to cost way too much money, but then B, I was talking to my sister and my mom and everybody, and we were like, let's just keep it. It looks so cabin-y. It kind of fits like the aesthetic of like a lodge, which is because it's called Doma Lodge. It works with everything. Might one day take it out, but still retaining the cabin aesthetic. I don't think it'll ever be like a modern white kitchen, but we have talked about maybe taking this wall out one day because this wall would open up the space and allow way more natural light and maybe eliminate the dining table and then have sort of bar stools and stuff like that. But until then, so literally so much storage, like because we're never here full time, but the people that lived here before were, obviously they like fit everything in here, but this is like so much stuff. Like you open this up, we have all this storage up here. For our guests, there's like tea, a blender and all of that. Then we have our plates and dishes. Up in here, this actually works pretty good for me being super tall. Another cabinet up here. Then we have really great deep drawers. So we put our pots, our pans in here. This is actually nice and organized. So we have our cutting boards, our cooked dishes, pans, all of that stuff. But then we have this kind of like bonus flex area in the kitchen, which we're still not sure what we're gonna do with, but basically you could put like a stool here and like eat if you wanted to. We're thinking we might one day, if we do take the wall out, make this a breakfast nook with like a circular table with a little bit of like a built-in bench. And then like kind of remove these cabinets and kind of just make it like an eating area, but we'll see. So now we're heading to the primary bedroom basically, but this area was, originally they did put a day bed in here as well, so we decided to put the exact same setup in here. So this day bed actually, I can't show you right now because we just made the bed and like I said, we have guests coming now, but this basically pulls out and it's, I think a double or a queen bed. Like it becomes pretty large. A queen bed?
Double.
A double, it's a double. So you can fit like 2 people here. And then I guess if you want like a reading nook or just to hang out, you can still do all of that here, which is kind of cool. I think you have great windows, lots of natural light. I do want to point out my sister, again behind the camera, like she installed these really cool blinds. Here, come closer. Like they're from IKEA and they're so good. They just pull down.
They're from Home Depot.
They're from Home Depot. And they just go up and they're so easy to use. And then the primary bedroom is like probably my favorite spot, or like if not everyone's favorite spot, I think. So again, we have the vaulted ceilings with all the natural pine elements of like the door trim, obviously the hardwood. We have a really large closet that you can fit pretty much everything. We put like a vacuum in here, you can hang up jackets, coats, all of that. So if you are staying a little bit longer, you can do all of that in there. And then we have what do you call it? A chest of drawers, basically.
IKEA dresser.
IKEA dresser. It's like a classic, I find. I don't know what the name of it is, but if you know it and you know IKEA, you'll know it. But you can definitely fit a lot of things in here. Towels for guests. And then we do have this great patio that you definitely can't see because we got snowed in a few days ago. So the roads are getting better, but obviously we didn't clean up this, but this is like, if I'm 6'7", like this is like kind of probably like 3 feet, 4 feet. Yeah. So we have this, but in the summertime, this is like so good. You can like walk out. We have like a fire pit out there. You're really secluded. You can't see any of it now. But the little bumps over there are where the chairs are for now. So this is the sleeping area. We huffed and puffed on what bed we were gonna basically get, but we stumbled across this really great article bed. I just love that it's minimal. I like the wood features to it. And I think it just goes really well into the space. It maybe doesn't match the wood entirely, but I think with some texture and things that we're gonna do to it, it'll really make it pop down the line. My sister doesn't think I'll make it come together, but it will. And then obviously we have 2 night tables over here, which looks great. Then we also have lots of natural light. And then I think, just to show you guys again from far away, you can just close this. And what I like about it, it still lets a lot of like natural light in, but kind of like diffused, or kind of like, is that the word? Diffused.
Filtered light.
Filtered light, so it still allows the light in, but maybe doesn't have like the glare and stuff. This little part is where the bathroom is, the washer dryer, and basically like our utility closet where we store things for guests. So extra candles, extra, what else do we have in there? Extra, like hand soaps, shampoos, all
everything.
Of those things. So here's our little stackable washer dryer. So the dryer's over here. And this is all original from the previous people. And they did like such a good job because like they added little built-ins over here so you can put your like soaps and stuff. And you have basically a folding rack or like an ironing board. So if you wanted, you could put your things here, kind of like fold. Like I thought that was pretty cool. So the bathroom is very, very tiny for a 6'7" person in the back, but when you get over here, it's perfectly fine. But all of it is this like pine paneling on the ceiling and the door, and it kind of works. It just goes with that like cabin aesthetic. We have a really nice shower in here as well. All your normal bathroom things with a toilet. We have like a medicine cabinet basically, so you can store toiletries in here, storage under there. Your shampoo, all of those things. I don't know how to like hype up a bathroom, like that's just what it is, but. So that pretty much wraps up our Airbnb cabin tour in Muskoka. So I haven't done a tour in a very long time. I did a tour in my Vancouver apartment last time, which I'll link below and at the top, below in the top. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll leave the booking information below if you're ever interested in booking a cabin, if you are in Ontario or you're traveling here and you want like a little trip away in a nice, remote, secluded place. I'll try to do an updated tour come the spring or the summer when you can see more of the outdoors. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I love making these videos, so maybe like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.